Hello everyone, welcome to Nobody's Tribe. This is a place of unconditional love. It is great to be able to connect with you right now. Today I want to talk about Ascension and the ideas of New Age, and maybe I'll throw in a little bit of Christianity in there. I know that right now there is a huge psychic culmination of energy, and just like how your own brain goes through its own battles of domination of which side's going to win, and it has all these, conflicting information, and so the different parts of the brain question each other, and you have this kind of battle going on. That's the path to enlightenment for an individual, where they go through all this chatter and this fighting emotions and all this stuff like that, and eventually it moves into a culmination where the brain frequency starts to resonate at a coherent level where both left and right hemisphere are working together, higher self is coming in. It's a whole process. That same process that's happening on the individual is happening in the collective. What this means is that you're basically, right now we're having an accelerated time of conflicting energies, each human being being like a brain cell that's kind of battling for a domination of truth or what is, reality. One thing I'm noticing is a huge upheaval from more like evangelical or fundamentalist Christians. I say Christians lightly because my family are all Christian, but none of them speak in the fearful ways that a lot of these Christians online are speaking. So when I say Christians, I'm not talking about all Christians. I know a lot of Christians that are very chill and they're very laid back and they don't have all these deep-seated fear beliefs. I was one of those Christians when I was a Christian. So I noticed that a lot of them are coming on my posts, and I even had a friend of mine that was overnight turned to a very a Christian that was very afraid of all the demons and everything that's going on, and warning me about the path I'm on is wrong and stuff like that. And I've had people come onto my posts and say that I'm leading people astray and that I'm following the devil and all sorts of stuff. These attacks or these psychic phenomena that are happening more and more accelerated ways, you can see them as one of two ways. You can see it as like, oh, low vibrations are attacking me, low vibrations are coming after me, oh no, the dark ones. Or you can say, hey, this is my own higher light reflecting back to me a test or a questioning of my own path. And so you can kind of see that it is your own beingness. You're creating it yourself. There's nobody attacking you. Nobody's out to get you. If it doesn't feel good in your body, it's reflecting to you a weakness that you have. It's reflecting to you an inability to deal with something. And so it's basically helping you to come to terms with your own belief systems and what you truly stand for. So when somebody tells you that you're doing the wrong thing, or people say all sorts of stuff online, they say all New Age is demonic. Is that the case? I actually do believe that the New Age was started by lower density beings pretending to be angels. So as far as are there demons that actually started the New Age movement, when somebody says demon, I don't think of a Christian version of demons. I think of lower dimensional beings, higher dimensional beings. Is there dark beings that have maybe malicious intentions, selfish intentions that started the New Age movement? Absolutely. What is the difference between the New Age movement and a spiritual awakening? They're completely separate things. Eckhart Tolle, which I would say a lot of Christians would consider him a leader of the New Age movement, he doesn't know anything about the New Age. He had his awakening, and from his awakening he wrote down the information that he had awakened to. He didn't talk to beings, he didn't go to New Age meetings, he just awakened. So there's these awakenings, and it just so happens that people that awaken resonate with New Age information. Does not mean that these awakening individuals are New Age. It means that they resonate it with more than any other belief system, and we're all human. We all want to have people we resonate with. I resonated deeply with the New Age, and even called myself New Age for a while because I didn't know any better. I didn't know that the New Age was some sort of actual following that had belief systems that I don't currently adhere to, but it was something that resonated a lot deeper than the religious doctrines. But as I've come more and more into my awakening, I realized that Ascension is not what the New Age originally had said. So the idea with the New Age ascension, as I understand it, is that the idea is that we're waiting for some ascension to happen, and then we will leave our physical bodies and go float around in heaven. And it's kind of like the Christian rapture. I don't see that being the case. The ascension is something that is happening on a continual basis. It's a never-ending process that we're constantly going through. So yeah, we may get to a plateau where we feel like, okay, we've definitely ended one cycle, began another cycle. Doesn't mean that we're going to be leaving our physical bodies and we're going to all of a sudden become like immortal, crazy beings. We're going to stay in our physical bodies, and it's a constant evolution. And I didn't necessarily learn this from reading any type of information on this. I learned this through my own process of integration that I've become aware of. This year alone has been absolutely nuts. I've gone through every single emotion that I possibly could this year. The beginning of this year, I told my twin flame that I didn't want to be with her. I didn't want to date her, and I didn't feel for her that way. I only liked her as a friend. And you know, a month later, I asked her to marry me because I had gone through my initiation of a soul. So I've gone through every single emotion of being alone, being rejected, of wanting to die, to ecstatic joy, to despair, to feeling judged, to being victimized, to having people literally think that I'm like in a cult and I've just gone bonkers. So all these emotions, you notice that time's speeding up, our timelines are coming together, everything is like slamming into us. And one of the biggest things we're feeling right now sometimes is a void, this emptiness, like what is happening? I'm not doing anything. Where am I going? Why do I don't feel very active. I don't feel it as much. And some people are, but a lot of us are being initiated as souls into this new wave of ascension, which is not ascending off into another world. We are literally ascending in our own bodies. For those that are not feeling the ascension, all they can do is mock. Like it's all they have. Oh, you believe you're gonna ascend? Ha ha ha. All they can do is mock, is because they're not feeling it in their bodies. They're not going through this process yet. So the only way for their ego to make it out is they don't want to feel left out. You know, who wants to feel left out? So instead of feeling left out, they belittle it, and they say it sounds stupid because that makes them feel good about being left out. And it's not that they're actually being left out. It's just that they've chosen at a soul level to have their ascension, you know, come at a different time for probably really valid reasons. They just aren't aware of that yet. So all these different types of belief systems coming together, everything kind of coming on us at once, all this fear mongering, a lot of things about, you know, the demonic portals are opening and stuff like that. Maybe that's the case. I'm not even sure. But regardless of if that's the case, what could a demonic portal do to the light of your own consciousness if you stand in your truth and you stand in who you are, stand in your heart center? They can't do nothing to you. You don't need any guru, you don't need any ascended master to come protect you. You can call on them if you like, but the light of your own consciousness can be the brightest light that exists, because technically there is only one, and that one is you. Key thing to hold on to this time is to know that you are where you are, and regardless of what your brain labels as if this is the best situation or if I would rather be in a different situation, you are where you are. And that is in divine timing, and your life is an absolute reflection of your inner state. And so everything that is happening in your physical reality is leading to your highest growth. And if you don't believe that and you treat it differently, then that's how it will act. So your experience will act exactly how you treat it. If you say, you know what, I don't need to be here, this is lame, and this sucks, and it's not getting me anywhere, and this is stupid. If you believe that, then that's the experience you'll have. It'll be stupid, it won't get you anywhere, and it'll be unfulfilling. But if you say, you know what, this isn't feeling very good right now, but I know this is leading me on some level to my highest joy, to my highest excitement, to my highest self, then you will begin to pull out the information that actually confirms that. And you'll be able to see, okay, this is happening, this is connecting. So knowing that we're fine where we're at, regardless of people that are criticizing us, or whatever's going on with the family, or with friends, just being able to take in any judgment and take in any criticism, take in all the fear mongering, without needing to go into battle. Now, if someone really posts something that's just like, oh, you're doing the wrong thing, you don't know what's going on, I usually don't, I'm not gonna directly respond to it. I will literally write, I already have like writings of my own, of my philosophy, my own awakening, and how I came to terms with that. And I'll just post that as my comment of, you know, this is how I discovered this, and this is why I believe this. For those that actually have different beliefs, like, you know, you need to believe in Jesus to be saved and stuff like that, what would they expect people that do not believe that to do? If you don't believe that that's the case, how could you just all of a sudden adopt that and just say, okay, I believe that now? You couldn't. So technically, according to their belief systems, you can't be saved because you can't force a belief system you don't have. If I showed you a wall that's white and I say that you have to believe this is blue, well, I don't believe it's blue. I believe it's white. It's just my belief system. It's not. I'm not, you know, doing anything wrong with it. It's just that's just not what I believe. Oh, well, you're gonna go to hell. Okay, well, I guess I'll see you later then. So it's a weird conundrum, that whole scenario, because I used to be in that. It's just weird. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. Just be aware of yourself and be aware of your reactions and how negative you feel towards other people that are abrasive or they have very fearful belief systems. Instead of accusing them of being this low-dimensional being and all this stuff like that, just love them. Just, you know, oh, you know, that's totally fine that you think that, and that's just not what I believe. And you don't have to catch on to the energy charge and begin a battle of this, I'm going to convince them, and you don't have to convince them. A lot of those people that are at that level, there's no convincing going on. They're just battling. But yeah, if you guys, you know, like the information coming through, like what I have to say, I know I kind of spoke very speedy today. I had coffee, and my coffee was like crack, so I feel a little wild. But some of the stuff I've been going through, buzzing in the body, feeling like I'm surreal, like everything's surreal, like or going from feeling like my body's heavy to feeling like I don't have a body at all. Charging, you know, at night, sometimes in the pineal gland, sometimes through the crown chakra, buzzing in my face and in my teeth, just like an overall buzzing feeling. My diet, really weird. Hungry, but very little desire to like actually eat anything, or like starving and then I go eat a little bit of food and I'm like full for no reason. Just weird. Almost feels like my whole digestive system has slowed down a bit. So I feel like everything's just kind of like a feeling of voidness, a feeling of the emptiness within, and this isn't necessarily negative. It is literally like almost like a feeling of being in no person. There's no personality or persona. There's just an isness, a beingness, and that beingness is empty. It's not that it's like I don't have excitement, but I don't have anger, and it's just kind of a space that I'm holding. And I feel that this is because we have other stuff going on other levels, and it may feel like we're doing nothing in the physical, but there's a lot going on that we are unaware of for this blood moon coming up. Whatever happens, I don't know, but I know that it's going to be significant. I feel and I've seen too much information about this blood moon that resonates with what I'm going through, and it is a constant rising of vibration that is purging out everything, and we're basically dotting all of our I's and crossing all of our T's before this happens. And so we notice that we have all these escalating collisions of our emotions and all these weird scenarios and people resurfacing and emotions resurfacing and all this stuff like that. Is because we're purging out all that isn't us, so we can move on to the fifth dimensional template, which is a new paradigm of self-existence. And so in Ascension, you know, we're all basically going to continually ascend in our physical bodies. Will people ascend out of their bodies? Very possible. I have no idea. Could be. Maybe that's how it works. But I don't think that's what it's going to be for the majority. You know, it's a physical process. We came here to learn all of this and go through all this experience so that we can, you know, help others and stuff like that. So we're not going to just ascend and leave this earth and be like, deuces, you know, thanks for the experience, and then everybody else is down here and we can't teach them because they're still physical. So I think it'll be, you know, still physical. We'll just have a change in our amplification and our energies and our connection to our fifth dimensional template. If you guys like my videos, you guys can go ahead and go to Nobody's Tribe on youtube.com. If you like to read, go to onenesswithinus.wordpress.com. And if you guys want to do a one-on-one Skype session with me, I do that for a minimum donation, as this is how I provide for myself. You can do that at nobodystribe@gmail.com. And if you support and resonate with this information and you enjoy what I'm doing to help our collective, you guys can donate financially at gofundme.com/natureslight. My unconditional, heartfelt love to you. Safe travels in the now.